Okay, everybody, I apologize if this is blurry or not, but anyway, I've got a question to ask. First of all, as you can see up there, what is WWE doing? Now, some people, as of last week, feel as though WWE is not doing so well with Raw and its certain storylines. But I can understand that because WWE has done that before in the past. They've dropped the ball on certain things and, they've crashed and burned. But let me ask you this. What is WWE thinking? Now, I can understand the Raw Super Show concept. Give some SmackDown superstars the spotlight and allow them to shine. But here's my question. Why integrate Raw superstars onto SmackDown as well? I mean, I can understand the storyline agreement and the stars that have helped SmackDown, the Raw guys that have helped SmackDown, but come on. What's the deal here? I thought Raw was supposed to help SmackDown, not SmackDown help Raw. I don't get it. I mean, I can understand this past week they were in Mexico City and they did that. I can understand that. I get it. But what I don't understand and what I don't get is why. Why, even if they're not in another country, why do they do it? I mean, yeah, I admit, maybe it's to help SmackDown out by saying, hey, here's some stars from Raw, they're from the flagship show on there. I can understand that. But again, what is WWE thinking? You're supposed to separate them. If you want to integrate Raw superstars onto SmackDown, then just like with Raw, you're calling it the Raw Super Show with the Raw colors and then the SmackDown kind of style, spelling out Super Show. Then you should do the same with SmackDown. You should say SmackDown is Raw or something like that. So that these people will know, okay, emphasis is more on SmackDown, but you got a little bit of Raw in there too. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Going like SmackDown is Raw, or a SmackDown Raw, or Raw. I don't get. To me, I can understand it's to help each other out, but if you're gonna make SmackDown more SmackDown related, more exclusive at times, yeah, integrate a few Raw stars here and there, but mostly focus on the SmackDown guys. Because if that's the case, you might as well just get rid of the brand extension. Another thing I don't understand about WWE, and I don't know what they're thinking about, is that even though this show is on NXT, on NXT, but on WWE.com, why is NXT, which was originally supposed to be about a group of FCW wrestlers, and in the past, for one season, FCW divas, why in the world, and I want this honestly answered, why in the world are you integrating current SmackDown and Raw superstars onto the show? Why are you doing that? You're taking the focus away of the NXT guys. And then you're letting all these other guys show back up. And they've had their chance. I don't understand it, folks. I mean, I can probably understand from what I've seen that if you're trying to use NXT as sort of a jumping off point to revitalize your tag team division, then fine. That's great. That's cool. Do that. But the thing is, you should have, if that's the case, you should have just named a winner right off the bat. I mean, WWE has lost focus of what NXT was originally of. What made NXT what it was. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, the still integrating superstars in there of the current rosters. Trent Beretta, a SmackDown guy. Kurt Hawkins, Tyler Rex, Raw guys. The Usos, SmackDown. And then to make things even more confusing, just because they wanted to celebrate being the second longest show along with Raw, SmackDown has a 41-man battle royal. Okay, I can understand adding the Raw and SmackDown guys. But seriously? Adding the NXT guys just to fill it up? If I was you, honestly, I would have called up some legends and said, hey, you guys want to participate in a battle royal? I mean, yeah, some people may say, well, we don't want to see any of those legends. They may not be able to move. It doesn't matter. You're basically saying, hey, we'll put our NXT guys in here, and you know what? If one of them wins, becomes, and chooses, let's say, the World or WWE title, then NXT was for nothing. The truth is, folks, WWE needs to start working things out. Behind the scenes, they're planning stuff ahead, which is great. Storylines and stuff, they're planning that ahead. That's great. But they need to do more. They need to get better at working out other things behind the scenes. You want to continue NXT on WWE.com and possibly the WWE Network? Focus more on what NXT is, on what it was originally about. I mean, if you're just going to bring people back, you're going to allow these superstars and stuff to get on there, then NXT is not NXT. It's just another version of Wrestling Challenge. In fact, that's what it is. It's this generation's Wrestling Challenge. That's what it is. It's this year's generation, this year's decade, this year's WWE newer version of Wrestling Challenge. And if that's the case, you should rename it Wrestling Challenge, not NXT. Again, I don't understand sometimes what WWE is thinking. Okay? I don't understand what they're thinking. All I can hope is they straighten it out in the near future. They got this new network coming. They got to clear it with the U.S. market, what they know they're going to do, but they got to straighten things out really before that happens. Do you think people are going to want to tune in to watch NXT on the WWE network when it goes on there, which is no doubt it will, and see FCW guys at first, and then all of a sudden you see all these other guys from SmackDown and Raw? It's like, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? So to me, again, I don't know what WWE is thinking at times. I just hope they straighten some things out behind the scenes as far as the show goes. As far as NXT goes, SmackDown, Raw. The only show that actually has any significance and is doing things right, believe it or not, is Superstars. Yeah, sometimes they'll integrate some of the NXT guys onto that, which kind of messes it up, but they are mostly the only stable that you have right now. They're the only ones. But to me, I'm just overall hoping WWE straightens things out. A lot of people say they got things to work on with the Divas division. Hey, they look like they're going. They look like, in my opinion, they're going in a good direction. Hopefully, with that division, rebuilding it and making it, giving it more respect again. Tag team seems to be building up a little bit, little by little. And if that's what NXT's turned into, then just leave it like that. Make it NXT Tag Teams. Rename it the NXT Tag Teams. Jeez, it makes more sense. But anyway, I'm just hoping they fix things because NXT's turned into this generation's Wrestling Challenge. That's all it seems to me. So, and SmackDown and Raw, I can understand the Raw Super Show concept gives some SmackDown guys more exposure, but the Raw guys on SmackDown, yeah, I don't mind maybe a few, but you gotta exclusively make that just SmackDown sometimes. I mean, they've done it in the past, even when the Super Show was created. But they need to continue that. They don't need to filter in a lot of Raw. if that's the case, just rename it SmackDown as Raw. That's all. Just saying. You know. But that's all I'm going to say in this question I asked of what is WWE thinking at times. Comment down below, because I know there's a lot of you that have a lot to say. Video response if you want. And I'll talk to you all later.